thank you so much for coming to the next part number 2. So now we're gonna be seeing about comparing quantities. So yeah, let's get a glance or get a summary about what we're gonna learn. So interest is the amount that is paid to the depositor or lender in addition to the principal. So in whatever amount you are giving to the bank, that is called as the principal, and the interest is what the bank gives you when you put the money in the bank. It is called something called as interest. Okay, now simple interest and compound interest, there are two of them like that. Okay, it's not that very different. I'm going to say it in very simple words. So see here, for example, you're buying an apple and okay, wait, not this. Okay, so you're putting 15,000 in your bank and you're keeping in the bank the 15,000, and after a year you're noticing that the money is 16,000. It is in 1% interest. So there are a lot of that is how interest works. Okay, so the longer you keep it in the bank, the more interest you get. Now let's see what is compound interest and simple interest. So if you're putting 15,000 in the bank and the next year you are getting 16,000, now we are seeing compound interest. Okay, you're getting 16,000 the next year. Now it won't be the 15,000, it won't take the whole as 15,000, and then in the second year, which is after you get the 16,000, it will take the whole amount as not 15,000, like 16,000, and the next year you will get according to 16,000 and not 15,000. It will take the amount as 16,000. I hope you guys understood. Yep. So that's how compound interest works, and simple interest is completely the opposite of it. Simple interest is nothing but when you're putting 15,000, the money will keep on adding every single year or every 6 months, which is based on the annual or which we'll see in the in some time. So it will just be adding thousand, but the amount will only be 15,000. You will get the money, but what I'm saying is the amount will be adding. Okay, but the whole amount will be taken as 15,000 only. But in compound interest, it is 15,000. After adding it is 16,000. The whole amount will be taken, but here only the 15,000 would be taken. So that is the difference between simple and compound interest. So let's go to the next part. Okay, now what I'm going to say is just listen to this properly so that you'll know what we are going to do. Yep. So the amount that was borrowed or deposited is called as the principal amount that you're putting there, and then the percentage of the principal that is supposed to be paid at the rate of interest, it's something called as the rate of interest, which is how much you're putting there, and the amount of interest you're getting back for that, it is called as the rate of interest. Okay, and the period time, which is normally represented by n, it's the number of years. Okay, the number of terms or number of years. So that's what it's like the main thing we're gonna see in this. So let's go. Coming to the next part, this is something called as the P&R rule, in my opinion. So it is called as P is for principal, N is for the number of years or terms, and R is for the rate of interest, the amount of interest, about like 13% interest or 5% interest. And now the simple interest, like this is the formula. Okay, there will be some formulas in maths, right? So obviously this is a formula that you have to by heart so that it's going to be easy for you when you are going ahead. So it's principal into rate of interest by 100. Okay, you'll understand that. Okay, I'll tell you with some easy and very interesting examples. So let's go. It would simply be written as P into N into R by 100. Okay, you won't probably understand what I'm talking right now. So yeah, I will just move on. So if the principal amount you're like deciding to put your 20,000 in a bank, and that the amount, the 20,000 that you're putting in the bank, is called as the principal, and the number of years or the number of terms that you are putting the money in your bank is called as, we'll denote it with the letter N. And R, what is R? When you think what's R, it's the time. It's like it's the rate of interest. It's like percent, like 5% interest, 1% interest, 2% interest, is like that. Okay, so we'll be learning that too. And now when you come here, it's the principal amount is given and the number of years is given, and the rate of interest is also given, and you have to find the simple interest. So here it's 1000% and it's 1 year, right? The number of terms is 1 year and the rate of interest is 1 year, and the rate of interest is 8.5. when you notice it, it's a decimal, right? So when it's a decimal, you have to move the decimal here, so it is 85%. That's it. And here there is 1 lakh, and for the 1 lakh, and it's 6%. So when it's 1 lakh, you have to make it to 1000, like 1 lakh 1000, and 5000 means 500. 500 means 50. okay, it's just imagination and like the pattern we say, right? I just learned it that way, and it's 6000%, as it's 1 lakh. And now moving down, it's 5000, and it's 2 years. See this point, it's 2 years, so it's going to be double the amount of 1 year. So it's 5000, right? Okay, I was just kidding. That's not the right way to do it. So wait. So here I'm putting it on the calculator. You guys should obviously practice it the way you have to, like multiply it and divide it. Okay. So now we're going for the simple way. It's let's just put it on the calculator for now. It's 1000. Okay. So 1000 into 1 year. We're going to put 1. And then the rate of interest is 8.5, so we're going to do into 8.5. Oh, it's 8.5 divided by 100. Okay, 5, and that's how it works. So you'll have to multiply this, and this. So the answer for this actually came in 500. As it's, you have to multiply 2. It's like 5000 into 2 into 5. You got what I'm saying? Divided by 100. Voila, as simple as that. So 1 lakh into 1 into 6 by 100. That's it. It's as simple as that. And we're done with the answers. That's very, very, very simple. Moving on to the next part, the amount you're going to put and the principal and the interest, it's the PNR by 100. And the term 1, you have to put the principal into the amount of years you're putting in it and the rate of interest by 100. And this is the formula. Just pause the video, learn it, just see how it's going, so you'll understand it better. Okay, moving on. So there's the principal amount given, the number of terms given, the rate of interest given. You have to find the compound interest. Okay, so you may think, why is this 512 while the other one is 500 and they are the same numbers? Okay, let me answer that for you. But first, let's do this. It's 1000 into 1 year into 8.5. We obviously got 85%, and obviously the first year it will all be the same. Now I think you guys have noticed something. Okay, now there is 1 lakh, 1 year, 6%, and 6,000 as normal. And again there is 5,000, but what is here? It is 2 years. You guys just notice the terms. It's very, very, very important in every single step you are doing. So the first term, it was 500, and the second year, the first year was 500. The second year they took it as 500, and I told you, right, how it's working. So and you guys also practice some more questions, and you guys can tell me how that went. So while I was teaching this, you might have wondered that if interest is compounded half yearly or quarterly, how would that work? Like how are we supposed to put equations for that? So it's very easy. In 1 year there are 12 months, right? In 1 year there are 12 months. If you're putting it half yearly, it is 6 months, right? So what you'll have to do is when it's half, this is the formula for it. Take a screenshot. Its amount is equal to the principal plus 1 and the rate of interest. And as we are dividing it into two terms, because it's two 6 months, right? 6 months and 6 months equal to 12 months. So we're putting 2 by 100 and to the power of n. The same way it is quartered. Quartered means 4 parts. So again, P 1 plus rate of interest by 4, which is because it's 4 months, 4 months and 4 months. Okay, and by 100 and 4. That's it. Moving on, annually means it's not month. I'm very sorry about this. It's not month. Annually means 1 year. Okay, so it's a total of 1 year. Half yearly means 2 terms. I don't know why I'm writing months for this. Okay, half yearly means 2 terms, which is 6 months each, and quarterly means 4 like that. And monthly means, yeah, obviously. Okay, now amount. Okay, as you guys can see here, it's 2000 1 year 8.5. Just multiply them and divide them by 100. That's it. Okay, just multiply these and divide them by 100. That's it. Okay, very 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 easy, right? And multiply them by 100. But there's a twist. It is 2 years and this is 3 years, right? So here we just multiplied them. We got 170 and 170, same for both. In 2 years, it is in 6%, right? So yes, I want you guys to do this and tell me what's the answer in the comments. Alrighty, moving on to the next part. The population of the village at the end of 2000s was 1500 people, and they estimated that each year that population grew by 5%. What might have been the population of the village by the end of 2003? So how many years are there between 2000 and 2003? Obviously 3 years, right? So what you're going to do, you're going to do 1500 by 5, into 5 by 100, and the answer you will be getting is 7500. And now it's very easy. Instead of dividing it, what you'll have to do is you can just strike this 0, and you'll strike this 0, and you're striking this 0, and you're striking this 0, and 75 ones are 75, so there is nothing much we can do. It's just the answer is 75. Okay, and now we found that there were 75 people coming in every year. The population grew by 75 people. So we have to do it by 3, right? There are 3: 2001, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. So there are 3 years in between it, right? So you're going to multiply it with 3, and the answer was 225, and that is it. Let's go to the next one. You guys were doing so good. Let's end this video with this very simple question. The cost price of a cricket bat is for ₹1500, and the sales tax charge is 5%. What is the bill amount for this? So it's 1500 into 5, which is the rate of percentage, by 100. Strike these 2 zeros, strike these 2 zeros, and there is 1, and there is just no need for this 100. 15 into 5 equal to 75. That you have to add it with 75, which is 1500 plus 75, which is 1517, which is 1575. As easy as that. We are done with this part, hopefully, and we'll see you so soon. Hopefully you guys understood what I was teaching. I was trying my level best to do my best. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Make sure like, share and subscribe for the next part. And there's only one part more, you guys are almost gonna finish this and ace this. Okay, so thank you for watching. Bye.